25 degrees out. It's time to get some work done. Let's go. Oh, man. Feels good to not have some really cold weather. I don't know where I'm going here. That's how long it's been since I've been outside. It's been so cold that I really have not had a chance to get outside very much. And there's a lot we got to do. One of those things is the microgreens. We've been stockpiling these bins to throw them out in the compost pile for quite some time. I just haven't had the time because I didn't want to make the time. It's just been way too cold. So we're throwing these in our compost pile. They've got a lot of root mass and good stuff that's going to break down, add organic matter to our soil, and it won't be that big of a deal. A lot of people were wondering what we're going to do with it, and they were worried about weed seeds. Well, you don't have to worry about weed seeds because pretty much everything is already germinated, or if it hasn't, then the mold it's already succumbed to mold because these are weeks old. They are very old. They've been sitting in our basement waiting for the weather to warm up. So then I'm just going to add that to the unfinished compost pile. And over time, they'll break down as well and they'll compost. And if they do happen to sprout, that's fine. I'll end up just turning them into the compost and they'll break down anyways. But it's incredible how much things break down. It's just incredible. When we started the compost pile was all the way up at the very top. We could hardly throw anything else in there. Just over the course of winter, that's broken down even significantly from where it was. The compost corral has held up very well. And here's, I guess, a good idea of just how much soil we're working with these microgreens. A lot of people had questions on how thick we were talking. Like I said, I mean, this is like a 1/4 inch. It's like paper thin. I love this. And it just makes this little soil mat once the roots take it over and you're really not using that much soil. This one got a little thick on me there. That one was pretty careless, but they're for the most part, they're pretty thin. Another thing that I have to do is I've got to clean up the yard. There's so much going on from stuff that we pulled out of the ground that we didn't quite pick up, and it's time that we get rid of that as well. Time to address the mess, as they would say. I think we all kind of end the year with good intentions, but I find so often I leave projects kind of 3/4 done. And it's been the thing that's really plagued me for a long time. And so my New Year's resolution, I guess an addendum to my New Year's resolution, is to not put off today what I can do tomorrow. I'm going to do today so I don't have to put it off for tomorrow. And I think that's just, it's a good way of looking at things. We often really we end up short-suiting ourselves because we end up doing things twice. We have to do twice as much work because we're not only having then to take care of that day's tasks, but tasks that we put off from yesterday. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just done with it. It's such little time. I mean, it took me 3 minutes to clean up all those twigs and things in the garden that I had thrown away after I pulled stuff out. That it got cold, got nasty, and I just got lazy. That's how things go, and it does not look good. It does not look good for the gardening community. People want to see a garden that looks beautiful, not a garden that looks disheveled. So I apologize. I left a little bit of a stain on the gardening community, but we're working on it. I'm getting better about not leaving things undone. So, all right, on to the next project. we had some really strong winds. Blew off one of our name tags. Luckily, I know which tree this goes to. Okay. I'm not even sure how this thing blew off, but it won't blow off again. Let's put it somewhere where it's not going to blow off. Let's do, I don't know, here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. It's a good spot for it. I always want something where it's not going to girdle the stem as it starts to thicken. That's a good spot for it. I'm not sure, but I do believe we're gonna have some fruit this year on our Belle of Georgia. Oh yeah, oh, we're definitely gonna have fruit. Check this out. Oh yeah. That's unmistakable right there. That's a flower bud right there. That is awesome. You can always tell flower buds from leafing buds because they're a little more elongated. There's another one. Oh yeah, that's definitely a flowering bud. The leafing joints are very close and they're very pointed and close to the stem, whereas the flower buds are a little more pronounced. Yeah, those are definitely some flowering buds. So that's exciting. And the last task that I've been putting off is collecting the sap. Partially because, well, let's face it, it's totally frozen solid. Well, not quite. There's actually some sap down on the bottom there, but the stuff here is pretty much frozen solid. So we're going to throw it into the cooler and let it set and just thaw out until we can boil it down. So we'll just keep dumping all of them in here. And yes, they're solid blocks, I get it, but we'll just keep dumping all of them in here. This is where we store all of our sap to keep it cool. And then that way it stays fresh until we can boil a big batch. This cooler right here holds 40 gallons, so this will be plenty of sap to do a good boil. We should get about a gallon to maybe about a gallon and an eighth of syrup out of that boil, because the first run is always the sweetest. So that'll be pretty exciting. We'll make sure to bring you all along for that too. It's just the little things, I'll tell you. It's just the little things. They add up quick. It's just takes 10 seconds to do, but man, what a difference it makes not looking like a slob. How does the wind even manage to throw these? We had some 60-mile-an-hour winds the other week, and somehow the wind managed to blow these grates off of, wow, that's incredible. The power of Mother Nature is astounding. And this too, a little bit of gutter blew off. Okay, gotta fix that. This reminds me of a project that we're going to be doing really soon. Is we're going to be putting in a rain barrel. I hate seeing all this runoff go to waste. So that's about it for today's episode. Not a whole ton of sustenance there, but there was at least some content for you all to keep you occupied until it warms up enough to where we can get outside and start gardening or have something going on in the grow room. We just started the seeds not too long ago, so there's only a few things that are starting to germinate. I'll wait a little bit longer to do a grow room update, but we'll do one of those as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. As always, make sure to like this video. If you did enjoy it, definitely help spread this video around to more people that would enjoy our channel. And as always, make sure to subscribe. We got tons of content coming out pretty soon. As things start warming up and improving, we'll start bringing the content more often. So as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel reminding you to grow big or go home. We'll catch you all later. See ya. Bye.